Hey guys, this is Crash. I've decided to do a video review for the Prodigy. So this is made in America, all the stuff except the batteries and the chargers and the atomizers, but everything else is made in America. So where should I start? Okay, well basically you can use this thing at 3 different volts, 3.7, 5 volts and 6 volts. The way the 5 volts and the 6 volt work is the switch here, you can get a replacement switch either with a resistor or without a resistor. Currently the switch I have is without a resistor, so I can use that at either 3.7 volts or 6 volts. Now if you get a switch with a resistor on there, then you can use it at 3.7 volts and 5 volts. The batteries you get with it are these batteries right here. They are CR123A batteries at 3 volts a piece. You get 4 of these, you get a nice charger. That's the kit right there, and you get a manual. These batteries are supposed to be safer than other batteries. They're not supposed to explode and all that other stuff. Okay, so now the Prodigy itself, it is a little longer than any of the other mods I have. Here, I'll just do a size comparison real quick. There we go. There's the GG transformer. So if you put them right next to each other, it's a little bit longer. And there is the adapter, the AR as I call it. So there you go. That is what that looks like. Now at 3.7 volts you'll still get a really nice throat hit. You know, you get all the flavor since I'm using a 901 atomizer on here. So I'll just give that a go. Now the switch position on it, this is the only mod that I have that's got a top switch so far, and it is very natural. You know, you can just press it with your thumb, or is that the index? I don't know, whatever this finger is right here, you can use that. So get loads of vapor, and if you're using the big 18650 battery for 3.7 volts, then you're looking at about 12 hours of battery life. Well, that's what I get out of it anyway. Okay, now the place where you screw in the atomizer, the cap itself, it's got a little groove built in right here, so you know when the juice leaks, it kind of collects it all up, which is really nice because, you know, after a while, if you're just walking around and you just give it a little flick, you know, just flick your hand, and you know, all the extra juice will go flying right out. That's what I usually do when I'm walking around with it. So that is 3.7 volts. Now at 6 volts, another thing I should probably mention is having a really hard time with anything that you basically screw on here. I'm having a really hard time taking that on and off. Maybe it's because I'm stupid, but hey, whatever, I just thought I'd mention anyway. So here, I'll just do this at 6 volts now and let you guys see what that looks like. Oh, there we go. It's got the 2 batteries in here now, so it says 6 volts. But on a 901 atomizer, 6 volts really just, I don't know, it's too overpowering. Like, the flavor is totally gone. Okay, that actually tastes like shit, so I'm not gonna do that. Well, you can also get different caps for it. So if you want to use your 801 or your 510, you can just swap the caps out. Now another thing I've noticed is if you have an adapter from someone else, one of these, I've got this one here from Gary Dibley. The adapters work just fine. The thing is that they make it even longer. That's the only bad thing about them. But other than that, any adapter will work just fine on it. So there we go. Let's take off the 901 and I'll screw on the 510. So there you go. If you're using an adapter from someone else, that's the size you're looking at. And I mean, I've got really big hands, and that's pretty big even for me. But you can just buy the ones from them if you want, but the only thing is, it's just only difference it makes is the size. Other than that, there's no difference. So yeah, loads of vapor. Well, at the end of the day, it is a battery holder. That's what all of these things are. But I do like this. I mean, it's black. How can you not like it? Any mod that's black is definitely worth keeping. So this is definitely a keeper. The size is an issue for me sometimes. I don't really take it out as much as I would like to. But other than that, I mean, I don't really see any other downfall to it. That and the finish on this thing isn't exactly the greatest. Let's see if I can show that to you. Maybe you guys can tell. I don't really think you can tell on the camera, but where on the edges it's really rough around the edges. You can still see some of the silver stuff underneath it. But all in all, it's a great e-cigarette. I've got a switch coming in, a resistor switch coming in, so I can use this at 5 volts as well. But I don't know, I like the thing, just the switch at the top. That is just so natural for me. I don't have to, like with the GG, you use your pinky or one of your fingers over here, and you're pressing this with the screwdriver or the AR. You kind of have to use your pinky or hold it like this, and then use your hand to press it in, and almost. But with this, you can just, it's at the top, just so you can just press it like that, or just hold it down like that and press it like that. It's really easy to use, so it's very user friendly, other than the whole screwing caps in here. But once you pop in one of these batteries, you're looking at about 12 hours of use, so you don't really need to pop it off that often, so it's pretty good. I don't know, I think I'm missing something and I haven't discussed something, but I don't know what it is, so I'm going to end the video now. And I'll catch you guys around the forum. If anybody has any questions or anything along those lines, just let me know and I'll try to address them as best I can. Alright, well, this is Crash, and I'll catch you guys around one of the forums.